Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy, Joe Johnson, aka Untitled. That's UNTDLD. Welcome to another uh, live stream here on YouTube. Make sure you like this video. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so that when I drop videos, you will be notified when I do so, right? And then share it on your timeline. Share it with somebody. Also, follow me on Instagram, underscore UNTDLD. Once again, that's UNTDLD. On my IG, let's connect. I follow back. I do follow back. If you all don't know, if you're new to my channel, I am a hip hop artist based out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Make faith-based music. My music is centered around my faith in Jesus. I believe that Jesus is the Savior of the universe. I believe that without Him, we could do nothing. And I want to put that in my music and share hope, share a message of hope, salvation, and peace with the world. This channel, man, is pretty much here just to talk about my viewpoints on different things such as hip hop, music in general, sports, what's happening in the world, what's happening in the news, current events, politics, you name it. That's what we're going to talk about. Got a good one today. Saw this article early last week that was kind of alarming to me, rose a little bit of concern, especially as we are still in the midst of this pandemic. We're going on 9 months since the pandemic went down, since the world pretty much shut down. It's been a very, very difficult year for a lot of individuals. If you are watching this video live, make sure you give me a thumbs up. That helps, pushes this video up the algorithms and, allows YouTube to place it in front of more viewers. Also, let me know where you are watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. And yeah, man, we're going to talk about this. So, as we talk about the pandemic, right? Talk about this government, not so much a government shutdown, but just, the world, pretty much America as we know it, is in a different space right now. We are in a different space. A lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people, obviously, lose a job, you lose a source of income. A lot of people still have jobs, but their jobs have cut back their hours. There's a lot of restaurants that have cut hours on servers. They've cut the amount of servers they can have in a restaurant at a time. So a lot of servers, aren't working as consistently as they used to. A lot of restaurants are trying to adjust to what's going on in this world as it pertains to the coronavirus and the pandemic. Trying to figure out how to do outdoor dining, but then that poses an issue because of just the change in weather right now. Especially here in Philly, we've had a lot of rain. I'm talking like a lot of rain lately. And now it's getting colder outside. I don't know about you. I really don't want to eat outside. So there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world right now as we speak, right? Now, earlier in the year, when the pandemic first came about, right? We had the government handed out stimulus checks, right? They handed out stimulus checks. I think $1,400 per person or something like that. $1,500 if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember what the first amount was, that they sent out. I can't remember when or how much that was, but I know when they sent it out, it was a breath of fresh air for a lot of people. A lot of people, they needed that, right? Because, like I said, it was just new. Everything was new. Businesses were closing down. Doors weren't opening. People were trying to, keep customers and employees safe. So the best thing that they knew to do was just close down doors. And then we saw just a downward spiral in the economy. Stock markets were or not crashing, but stock prices on a lot of different companies were falling. Companies were starting to file for bankruptcy. It's a lot of crazy things that were going on, right? So the government came up with a relief bill, to supply Americans pretty much with a stimulus. Pretty much, we need to stimulate our economy, and we realize that unemployment is not going to kick in as fast as people will hope it would kick in. So we have to give people a means to at least get by, right? Get by. Now, as we enter December, we're heading into a new year. We just finished an election. If you can say we just finished an election, I have no idea what is going on right now. A lot of states that they were waiting for are finally certifying votes, and right now it's clear cut that Joe Biden has secured enough electoral votes to become the next president of the United States, along with Kamala Harris, who will be his vice president. So congratulations to them. So we just finished a very, very, very interesting election. If you've been under a rock and you don't know what's been going on as far as the election, just go look up Google 2020 election, and you'll find all types of articles. You'll find all types of conspiracy theory articles about voter fraud. I have my opinions about what happened in this election. It's a lot of craziness, but I'm not here to talk about the election. I'm here to talk about the coronavirus, the pandemic, the stimulus check, and this vaccine that they have for us, right, ladies and gentlemen? So Pfizer has come up. They have a vaccine. They've been testing this vaccine since June. Okay? It's now December. It's a very short period of time, but they've been testing this vaccine on a number of individuals, and they have come to the conclusion that this vaccine is 90% effective, right? It's 90% effective. So now they are ready to roll out this vaccine to the American public, right? The thing is, with a vaccine this brand new for a virus that some scientists still don't understand, right? They're still finding new strands of the virus, right? You're still having people that are testing positive for the coronavirus, but they show no symptoms. They're asymptomatic. I don't understand how you can have a virus or a disease or whatever you want to call it, how you can have it and show no symptoms, right? I don't understand it. I don't understand it, but somehow you can have coronavirus and show no symptoms, which is very, very strange to me, right? So with a virus that some scientists still don't understand, right? We still can't get clear cut answers about this virus. They have a vaccine that is 90% effective, they say. They say it's 90% effective, right? So they want to start rolling out this vaccine now. Cool, right? Me personally, I'm not that anxious to partake in a vaccine. Number one, like I said, this vaccine is just is too fast, right? Too fast. And in this article that we're going to talk about, in an article, man, that was on CNCB, whatever, CNNBC. This article that was on CNNBC, right? They talk about how, this virus, or not the vaccine, that they have the vaccine, but they did a poll and they found that about 56% of Americans are skeptical about taking this vaccine. Now, the data that they're going off of, right? The CDC the data that the CDC is going off of, they're saying that they need, around 75% of Americans to get the vaccine in order for us to gain control of the coronavirus and like stop the spread. And if they could get 75% of Americans to get the vaccine, then we can kind of return to a normal life. Honestly, at this point, I don't see us returning back to a normal life. I don't know what a normal life looks like after this. I just don't know what a normal life looks like. But like I said, the CDC is saying that they need 75% of Americans to take this vaccine in order for us to gain control over the coronavirus and kind of, really, really flatten the curve, and which can reduce people spreading it. Which, hey, if it works, it works. Me personally, I'm not that hype about getting this vaccine. You gotta be wary about what you let people inject into your body. Like, you really do have to be wary about what you let people inject in your body. It's a hard no for me. It's a hard no for me. But since they have 56% of Americans, right, that are wary about getting this vaccine, right, their former U.S. representative for Maryland's 6th Congressional District, the 6th Congressional District, John Delaney, has said that we need to kind of put out, incentives and pretty much incentivize the vaccine. Pretty much provide an incentive for people to get the vaccine. So it's pretty much, if you want to look at it this way, this would probably be an extreme scenario, it's probably an extreme scenario, but it's pretty much highway bribery, if you want to look at it that way. Somebody said I'm cool on the vaccine, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I'm cool on the vaccine, man. I'm cool on the vaccine. But at this point now, they're seeing that, a lot of Americans are not as hype about getting getting this shot. However, this vaccine is going to be. I know when, the flu vaccine came about, first it was a shot. Now they got the nasal sprays, things like that. I have not gotten a flu shot since I was in the Army. And the last time I got a flu shot when I was in the Army was 2009, right? 2009 is when I went overseas. I went to Kuwait. Now, when you go overseas and you're in the military, you have no choice but to get every vaccine that's on the book. It's no question. Either you get the vaccine or you can't go, right? So I got the anthrax. I got the anthrax vaccine. I got the flu vaccine. I got the smallpox vaccine. I got the tetanus shot. Tuberculosis vaccine. So I've gotten in the military, courtesy of the Army, I've gotten so many vaccines. I was talking with my buddy this morning, man, that I serve with. He was like, bro, he was like, I don't want the vaccine. He was like, I've gotten enough shots in me from being in the Army that I'm immune to anything. And that's the God honest truth, man. The Army, the military has shot me up with everything to the point where I believe I'm bicentennial man. You know what I'm saying? And not to make a joke of what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to make a joke, but I'm not hype about getting this vaccine. So let's talk about this article, man. Let's dig into this article, and I'm gonna show you what concerns me about this article, because there's a lot of stuff that they're trying to pull from third world countries, right? That just has me scratching my head. Like, this is where we come to. You feel me? So let's get into this into this article. Once again, man, if you're watching this video live, let me know where you're watching it from. I feel like I know who this is. I think that's my homie Sam. What up, Sam? Let me know where you're watching this from. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like. You feel me? Share this video on your timeline. Let's try to get some more viewers in here. So I'm about to share my screen. We're going to talk about this article real quick. All right, bet. So, like I said, this article was on CNBC. This article dropped December the 3rd, 2020. So 5 days ago, this article dropped. I'm going to scroll down. This is the gentleman who suggested a plan that came, had the idea for this plan, right? So this is what he says. If you are still afraid of the vaccine and don't want to take it, that's your right, Delaney said. You won't participate in this program. If you go up further in his article, he says, we have to create, in my judgment, an incentive for people to really accelerate their thinking about taking the vaccine. So, people have their feelings about the vaccine. But he feels that the way to accelerate people's thinking about the vaccine is to create an incentive, right? So let's take your mind off of the vaccine, right? And focus on this. So pretty much what they're trying to do is, all right, cool. I understand that you have these thoughts and these feelings about the vaccine, but check this out, right? We're going to give you this amount of money. We know you need it. You know what I'm saying? We know you need it. We know that unemployment check is not really, cutting it for you. So here's $1,500. $1,500. We'll give you this $1,500 stimulus check. All you got to do is just let us shoot you up with the vaccine so that we can reach our goal of 75%. To create a herd immunity, right? 75% of the population. Does that sound like legit, or how crazy does that sound that this is what they have to do now, right, to get people to take the vaccine? They pretty much have to bribe people to take this vaccine. Why, right? And if you've seen the side effects or read the side effects, that this virus the vaccine can pose, man, like, even just medication, period. You watch TV and they're advertising all this medication, man, and they start reading off the side effects. They're like, man, gee, you be like, I might as well just live with the condition I get. Like, the side effects is worse than, you know what I'm saying? Worse than what I got. It's the medical industry is a crazy industry. Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? So, as we keep going down, right? To execute the plan, the government would create a system where people will receive a number once they were vaccinated. Once they enter that, along with their social security number, they will receive a check. Excuse me. So, you get the shot, right? They give you a number. You go to a website, you type in that number along with your social security. They verify this number is legit. We gave them this number. It's been registered in the computer. Boom, they got the vaccine. We gonna give them a check, right? In the U.S., we already have measures to encourage people to get vaccines, such as requiring them in order for children to attend school. Now, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that because as a child, right? As a child's immune system is still developing, right? They're still developing, so they're susceptible to catching anything. You feel what I'm saying? You go down a slide, and there's a rusty nail. God forbid, tetanus. You feel me? Or just the kids, like, you ever seen a kid cough? Oh my God. I don't care how many times you tell a kid to cover their mouth, boy, they mouth is like just everything coming out. So I understand, you know what I'm saying, having to get certain shots and certain immunizations before a child can go to school. But then they reference Mexico, right? They reference Mexico. And check this out, man. Check this out. Some other countries already reimburse people for vaccine compliance. Delaney noted, in Mexico, the government pays people to get their children immunized. Listen, and then they talk about India. In India, one program provides food and household goods once kids get vaccinated. So we want to start taking, plans in place from Mexico and India. Mexico, whose government is ran by the cartel. You know what I'm saying? Like, majority of the Mexican government is controlled by the cartel. Really? We want to start taking plans and programs from India, one of the poorest countries in the world, right? Those things are, and right, and just the mere fact that in India they battle more viruses and more diseases than we do here in the developed United States. Parts of India is underdeveloped. They're underdeveloped, right? They lack medical resources. They lack medical care, right? They are pretty much not as privileged as we are, right? We get sick, we could go to the doctor prescribes us with an over-the-counter prescription. We get that, take it, a couple of days, we're cool, right? India, they get sick, right? They get malaria or something like that, anything to that nature. Now they have to wait for another country to decide they want to send them, right, vaccines and things like that before they can even be treated and ultimately live, right? So I understand. And then they're the lack of resources, the lack of food. Like, they literally have to ration off resources and ration off food in countries like India because some of the places are so poor, man. It's so poor. So what the government is planning to do, right? Because clearly Republicans and Democrats, they can't come to an agreement. They can't put their political differences to the side, right? And agree on a bill that will benefit all American people, right? So pretty much what this does is this leaves out kind of a portion of the American population, right? Because what if you're that person that really needs the money, but you don't want to get the vaccine? You can't get the money with this plan that they're trying to put in place, right? With this plan, right? In this article, Delaney talked about how, it seems that this pandemic has become, about politics, right? It's crazy. Like the lives of American people that are hurting economically, right, are at the vices of political rivals, if you will. You feel me? The political rivals, if you will. So the next time you wake up and you look in your bank account and you see that your bank account is at zero because the pandemic forced your job to lay you off or furlough you, or your hours got cut off. Think about how the government right now is fighting with each other just to come up with a bill, right? So they want to send $1,500 in exchange for the vaccination, right? And it would cost $380 billion, which is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And I understand why they're fighting back and forth, with this bill. Now, the first stimulus check was 200. It cost $270 billion. The first relief bill was $270 billion compared to $380 billion right now, which they want $1,500 for exchange of the vaccination. The fact that Congress has so far neglected to approve a second stimulus check is tragic and should have been given to Americans anyway. The cost of the next stimulus package is a source of contention between the political parties on Capitol Hill. Democrats are currently advocating for $900 billion as a starting point, while Republican leadership has said it wants something around $500 billion. Adding this new $380 billion might seem too expensive as lawmakers try to squeeze in ample funding for unemployed workers, small businesses, state and local governments, schools, and healthcare organizations, right? Now, however, tying stimulus checks to vaccinations would actually be the most effective strategy to stop the virus and thus curtail the need for other forms of aid, right? So Delaney feels that, the best way to combat this virus, right, the best way to get out a vaccine is to trade the stimulus check for a vaccination. You get the vaccination and we'll give you the money. Like I said, me personally, I don't want the vaccine. And I thank God that, me and my wife were in a position to where we don't need the stimulus check. I thank God that we're in that position, right? But so many other Americans aren't as fortunate as others. You feel me? So, like I said, man, it just poses this question: what do you do for the people that don't want the vaccine? What do you do for the people, the businesses that don't want they don't want to partake in the vaccine, but they need the money? They're hurting, right? They're hurting right now. People are hurting. People are suffering. I was driving through West Philadelphia the other day. I was coming home from work, and I thought what I saw was a funeral line, but it wasn't a funeral line. It was people in line, blocks, and I'm talking that the line was at least 4 blocks long. People lined up in their cars to get food. People are hurting right now, right? It is not a good look right now, and I don't know how we recover from this, man. I really don't. So if you still here, man, talk to me. How do you feel about all this that's going on? What are your thoughts? You know what I'm saying? It is crazy, bro. It's very crazy, Chris, man. It's insane. Like, man, yeah, I think it was Friday. I was driving. Man, where was I at? I was close to 52nd and Lansdowne, I think that is. Right at the fork. The Sunoco is right there, but it wasn't directly there. It was like behind where there's school. I think the school, and it's like a tire repair shop over there. But anyways, I was driving and I was like, yo, what is going on? This is a crazy line. They had the street blocked off, the street I needed to go down. They had it blocked off. And I was like, yo, what's going on? Right. So then I get closer and I saw, how now they got the boxes, the pallets and everything out there. And like people were in line waiting for food blocks. I cannot lie. Like 4 blocks long. 4 blocks long. Right. 4 blocks long. So my plea to the American government, man, is to stop fighting. This is pretty much what this is coming down to. This is coming down to who wants to look like the savior of the American people, pretty much, right? This is what it's coming down to. Who wants to look like the savior of the American people? You feel me? It's gonna be very, very interesting when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris take the oath and they actually hit the inauguration, right? When they hit the inauguration, how quickly aid is released. You know what I mean? Like I really want to see how fast that comes, right? And we've even seen it right now with Donald Trump, fighting with Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi proposes a relief bill. Republicans don't like it. They say it's too much money, so they come back, and they're like, yo, well, we can do this amount. Right now, at this point, I think any amount is a good amount. Any amount with 100 billion in it is a good amount. You feel me? Any amount with 100 billion is a good amount, right? So I'm going to close it out with this, man. And this is why some experts are skeptical about this plan from Delaney, right? It's an interesting idea, said Bill Hoagland, Senior Vice President at the Bipartisan Policy Center and a former Senate staffer. It's a nudge factor. But that shouldn't be an issue then that decides on the stimulus check. If we're going to have stimulus checks out there, Hogan said, in some ways, creating the incentive to get vaccinated makes sense. It makes sense. But such an initiative could create unintended delays in delivering the money, right? And I understand that. Unintended delays. And what I believe he's saying is you get the vaccine, right? They give you this number, right? And now you go on the website. Who's to say, how fast you get that check? You feel me? Who's to say how fast you get that check? The CDC has said older people should get vaccinated first. I agree. If the vaccination is as good as they say it is, right? If it's as good as they say it is, I believe that the older population should get the vaccine first, right? Because it appears that older individuals, especially those with pre-existing conditions, they have a tougher battle with the virus than others, right? My sister just overcame the coronavirus, and she was just sharing with me that she had some discomfort and things of that nature, but she was like going through it and then reading about it. She was like, I guess other people have different experiences with the virus than others, and I believe that has a lot to do with your immune system. And if you have pre-existing conditions, right? If you have pre-existing conditions, I believe that your fight is a little bit more harder with the coronavirus. So I believe that older people should get the vaccine first, right? And they were saying that younger people consequently could potentially face a 6-month wait. Now, my last point, man, when it comes to this right now, as you look at that plan, this plan, and then also look at the story, I think I'm gonna cover this in another video. But another article I saw this morning, they were saying that Donald Trump had the opportunity to purchase more vaccines back in March, I believe it was, or back in July or something like that. I just saw a headline where he had the opportunity to purchase more of the vaccine, and he turned it down. Right now, we come to December, Pfizer's ready to go, but now Pfizer doesn't have enough. So Pfizer pretty much is trying to, produce a large amount of the vaccine in a short period of time, which could ultimately cost more money, right, to the American the government. The government is going to have to dish out more money now than they would have a few months ago to get this vaccine. So I'm gonna dig deeper into that. Probably do another video next week about that, man. But there's so much to unpack, with this, going forward. There's so much right now. Yeah, man. There's so much. The only thing that we could do, man, is pray. Oh man, I've been just praying, for better days, man. Praying for just unity to hit our places of government, because Lord knows we need it more than ever. And I hope that we can get to a place where we begin to safely open up the economy. When I talk about opening up the economy, and I say safely, people lose their minds. Like, oh man, we gotta stay safe, man. We gotta keep the people safe and blah blah blah. We gotta keep the people safe. And I'm looking at these same people like, you go to the grocery store, bro. You went and bought the PlayStation 5 and you ain't care about the coronavirus, dog. So don't try to come at me sideways when I talk about opening the economy safely, bro. When you was just out here trying to get this PlayStation 5, you went to every store possible. You went to every Best Buy, every Walmart to get the PlayStation 5, right? But I can't suggest we open the economy safely. Was you shopping safely for that PlayStation 5? Was it worth it? I'm here for the smoke. I'm here for the smoke, right? I'm here for it. Oh man, people kill me. People kill me, man. People make me laugh. People make me laugh. I say, oh man, let's open the economy safely. I think that if we come up with a plan, if we really, really sat down and came up with a plan to open the economy, certain businesses safely, we can thrive. We can put a dent, in the economic the economic implosion pretty much that's taking place right now. Right? But when I talk about opening the economy safely, people lose their minds. But you at the grocery store, you at Walmart. I see you at Walmart. I see you at Five Below. I see you there. I see you at Ross. I see you there. Right? You ain't concerned about the virus then. About to make people mad. They probably gonna demonetize this video now. Hey, man. I appreciate y'all coming to watch this video with me. Yeah, man. Let's keep this conversation going. Let me know your thoughts about the vaccine. I know a few of y'all, done already shared your opinion about the vaccine and how you don't want to get it. I don't want to get it. Yeah, man. Like I said, everybody's experience with the coronavirus is different, right? The only thing that I could just, suggest that everybody do is just take care of yourself. Like, really take care of yourself. Add more exercising in your life. Eat healthy. And do the things necessary to maintain a healthy immune system, right? Because I think a lot of the things that we face in our lives, a lot of the sicknesses that we go through, can be combated simply with just changing our diet, changing what we put in our bodies, and adding vitamins and fruits and vegetables that build our immune system up, and stop eating foods that tear our immune system down, right? Because our bodies were created to heal itself, right? When you get a fever, all that is your body heating up, fighting the what's not supposed to be inside of you, right? So, so yeah, man. Uh, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I hope that we come to a place where, we can get a bill, a relief bill, a second relief bill, because there's a lot of people that need it, right? That need it. So I hope we get to a place where we come and they get a nice bill drafted up. Both sides agree, right? It's a bipartisan agreement. Not to make one party look like the devil and the other party to look like God's angelic hosts or anything like that, but a bipartisan bill that ultimately benefits everyone, where we can see this country turn. And, whatever intentions, ever ill intentions that, the government has with this vaccine, let it be exposed. But all we can pray is that the vaccine that they have is a legit vaccine. It doesn't have any adverse side effects. We don't see it backfire when they start administering it. But it does what we need it to do, which is make people immune to the virus so that we can flatten the curve and begin to not go back to life as usual, but begin to create a new normal that is safe. Once again, man, my name is Joe Johnson, aka Untitled. You can follow me on Instagram at _UNTDLD. Also, once again, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's more videos coming. And then click the notification bell so that you are notified when I do release and drop more videos. Until next time, you all stay safe, be blessed, have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And yeah, just stay safe, hug your family, kiss your loved ones, hold them tight, because tomorrow is not promised. That's why we have to live our lives like this is the last day we have on earth. You all be blessed. I appreciate every last one of y'all. Peace out. Till next time.